Everyone is running, but no one is asking where they are going. In today's world, speed is praised. Fast results, fast success, fast life. We rush through our mornings, we rush through our dreams, and slowly we rush past our own happiness. But what if I told you that the most beautiful things in life cannot be rushed? What if I told you that growth, healing, peace, and true success move at their own gentle pace? This is not just a story, it is a reminder for those who feel tired, for those who feel lost, for those who feel they are doing everything right but still feel empty inside. This is the story of a young girl who believed that faster meant better, until life taught her a different lesson. Her name is Ananya. She was intelligent, ambitious, always in a hurry, and she believed one thing very strongly: if I slow down, I will fall behind. But life had other plans for her, and those plans would begin in the quietest place she had ever known: a small village, a slow morning, and a lesson that would change her forever. So take a deep breath, slow your thoughts, and listen carefully, because this story might change the way you see your life. Ananya's life was a race. From the moment she opened her eyes in the morning, she was already late. Late for school, late for extra classes, late for expectations that never seemed to end. Her alarm rang before the sun rose, and even before her feet touched the floor, her mind was already running. Exams, scores, competitions, deadlines. Her days were filled with noise, the sound of traffic, the sound of notifications, the sound of pressure. Everyone told her the same thing: work harder, move faster, don't waste time. And Ananya listened. She believed that rest was laziness. She believed that slowing down was failure. She believed that success was something you chase, not something you grow into. At school, she was known as the achiever, the girl who never stopped, the girl who always said yes. But behind her strong face, something else was happening. Her sleep became lighter, her smile became shorter, her heart became heavier. Even when she won, she felt tired. Even when she succeeded, she felt empty. At night, when the city lights glowed outside her window, Ananya would stare at the ceiling and ask herself a quiet question: why do I still feel restless? Her body was moving fast, but her soul was falling behind. One evening, after another long day, she felt dizzy. Her chest felt tight. Her thoughts felt crowded. Concern filled her parents' eyes. For the first time, they didn't talk about marks or achievements. They talked about health, about peace. And then they made a decision. They decided to send Ananya away for a while, to her grandmother's village. When Ananya heard this, she was angry. A village? What will I do there? There's nothing there. In her mind, the village meant boredom, silence, wasted time. She didn't know yet that silence was exactly what she needed. She didn't know yet that slowing down would not break her, it would heal her. And so, with frustration in her heart and hurry still in her steps, Ananya packed her bags. She was leaving the fast world behind, but she was about to meet the most powerful lesson of her life. Sometimes, life doesn't stop us until we forget how to stop ourselves. The village woke up slowly. The sun did not rush into the sky. The wind did not hurry through the trees. Everything moved calmly. Ananya woke up to a silence she was not used to. No alarms, no traffic, no voices pushing her to hurry. For a moment, she felt uncomfortable. She looked around the small room. The walls were simple. The air felt fresh. Outside, she saw her grandmother already awake. She was sitting near the window, her hands moving gently, her face peaceful. Ananya watched her in silence. Her grandmother was not fast, but she was not slow either. She moved with purpose, with care. Ananya finally spoke. "Why do you wake up so early?" she asked, "when there is nowhere to go?" Her grandmother smiled softly. "When you move slowly," she said, "you begin to notice where you are." They walked outside together. The ground was cool beneath their feet. Birds sang without fear. The morning air felt light. Ananya felt strange. Nothing was demanding her attention. Nothing was counting her steps. Her grandmother poured tea into 2 cups. She waited. She did not rush the boiling water. She did not rush the moment. "Life," her grandmother said gently, "is not a race, child. It is a garden." Ananya did not reply. She did not fully understand, but something inside her became quiet. For the first time in a long while, she sat and simply breathed. Later that morning, her grandmother led Ananya to a small corner of the yard. There was a flower bed there. The soil was dark and soft. Tiny green leaves were just beginning to appear. "This is yours now," her grandmother said. "Take care of it." Ananya nodded. At first, she felt excited. She watered the plants carefully. Then she waited. A few minutes passed. Nothing changed. She watered again. She checked the leaves. She touched the soil. Every few hours, she returned to look at the flower bed. Why wasn't it growing? In the city, results came fast. You studied more, you scored more. You worked harder, you won faster. But here, nothing was happening. By evening, the soil was wet, too wet. The next morning, some leaves looked weak. Ananya felt frustrated. She had done everything, hadn't she? She had worked hard, she had given more effort. Her grandmother came and looked quietly. "You cannot pull a flower to make it grow," she said softly. Ananya looked at the ground. "Forcing growth," her grandmother continued, "only damages it." Ananya felt something shift inside her. Maybe effort was not always about speed. Maybe care was not about control. She stepped back, and for the first time, she decided to wait. The next few days passed quietly. Ananya stopped checking the flower bed every hour. She stopped touching the soil. She stopped trying to control what she could not. Instead, she began to watch. She noticed how the sun arrived gently each morning, how the wind moved the leaves without breaking them, how the earth stayed patient even when nothing seemed to change. One afternoon, her grandmother sat beside her. "Nature is never in a hurry," she said softly, "yet everything is completed on time." Ananya listened carefully. "In the city," her grandmother continued, "people rush because they are afraid of being left behind, afraid of not being enough." She paused. "But fear makes us forget something important. Growth needs space." Ananya looked at the tiny plants. They were still small, still quiet, but they were alive. For the first time, she understood that waiting was not doing nothing. Waiting was trusting. And trust, she realized, was a form of strength. Life in the village began to change her. Mornings were no longer rushed. She woke up with the sunlight, not an alarm. She helped her grandmother with simple tasks, sweeping the yard, carrying water, listening. There was no pressure to be perfect. No one asked her to hurry. In the quiet moments, her thoughts became clearer. The noise in her mind slowly faded. The tight feeling in her chest softened. She began to notice small joys, the smell of fresh soil after watering, the sound of laughter from nearby homes, the peace of sitting without a reason. At night, she slept deeply, not because she was exhausted, but because she was calm. Ananya realized something important. Her life had been full, but not peaceful. And now, in the slow rhythm of the village, her heart was learning how to rest. One evening, as the sky turned soft shades of orange, Ananya sat beside her grandmother. The air was calm. The world felt unhurried. Her grandmother began to speak. "Do you know how bamboo grows?" she asked. Ananya shook her head. "For the first few years," her grandmother said, "nothing appears above the ground. No stem, no leaves." She paused. "But underground, something important is happening. Strong roots are forming, deep roots. Only after years of silent growth," she continued, "does the bamboo rise, sometimes taller than anything around it." Ananya listened closely. "So when you see nothing," her grandmother said gently, "it does not mean nothing is happening." Ananya thought of herself. All those moments of effort, all those days of doubt, maybe her growth had been invisible too. That night, she looked at the stars differently. She understood that progress does not always announce itself. Sometimes it grows quietly until the time is right. Days passed. Ananya noticed something surprising. She no longer felt the need to check her phone often. She stopped wondering what others were doing. She stopped comparing her life to someone else's. The race she had been running slowly faded from her mind. Instead of chasing the future, she stayed with the present. She walked slowly through the village paths. She listened more than she spoke. She smiled without forcing it. For the first time, she felt light. There was no pressure to prove herself, no finish line to reach. She realized something deeply important. Life was not asking her to hurry. Life was asking her to live. And in stepping out of the race, Ananya discovered a piece she never knew she was missing. One quiet morning, Ananya walked toward the flower bed as she always did, but this time something was different. Among the green leaves, a small flower had opened. Its petals were gentle, its color was bright but not loud. Ananya stopped. She did not speak. She did not rush closer. She simply looked. Days of waiting, days of care, days of patience, and now a reward. She felt a warmth in her chest, not excitement, not pride, gratitude. The flower had bloomed not because she forced it, but because she allowed it. In that moment, Ananya understood something clearly. The best things in life arrive quietly, and when they do, they stay. That evening, Ananya sat with her grandmother. The sky slowly darkened. Stars appeared one by one. "I understand now," Ananya said softly. Her grandmother looked at her, smiling. "I was always in a hurry," Ananya continued. "I thought waiting meant losing time." She paused. "But waiting taught me how to live." Her grandmother reached for her hand. "Patience," she said gently, "does not delay life. It deepens it." Ananya felt peaceful, not because everything was perfect, but because she was present. She had learned a lesson that no classroom could teach, a lesson about trust, about growth, about time, and most importantly, a lesson about herself. The day came for Ananya to leave the village. Her bag was packed. The roads were waiting. But something inside her had changed. When she hugged her grandmother, she held on a little longer. The city welcomed her back with noise and speed. Cars rushed, people hurried, time felt fast again. But Ananya was different now. She walked calmly, she breathed deeply. Deadlines still existed, challenges still came, but she no longer allowed them to control her heart. When pressure appeared, she paused. When fear spoke, she listened, but did not obey. She understood now. Growth does not come from rushing. Success does not come from stress. True strength comes from patience. And wherever she went, she carried the village within her. If you are watching this and feel tired, if you feel like life is moving too fast and you are struggling to keep up, remember this: you are not late. You are not failing. You are growing. Just like the flower, just like the bamboo, just like Ananya, your journey has its own time. Slow down when you need to. Rest when your heart asks. Because patience is not weakness, it is wisdom. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is wait.